Hello YouTube, Middle School Math Man here. Today's video is on the distributive property. We'll also go over one problem at the end where we combine the distributive property and combining like terms. So one problem that encompasses both of those topics. So here we have a problem, and we have the 7, which is outside of the parentheses. Inside the parentheses we have x plus 4. So the distributive property tells us we need to multiply the 7 by everything inside the parentheses. So when we do that, the distributive property tells us to multiply 7 times x. When we do that, we just get 7x. We also need to do 7 times positive 4. 7 times 4 is positive 28. So using the distributive property, that would be 7x plus 28. Moving on to the next problem. Now we have some negative signs in there. So we got to be careful, as always, with negatives. So the distributive property tells us to take this negative 4, multiply it by negative w, and negative 10. There's a little invisible 1 there. There's 1 w there. So negative 4 times negative 1w. Negative 4 times negative 1w. A negative times a negative turns into a positive. We have 4w. Again, negative 4 times negative 10. Negative times a negative, that should be positive 40. And we cannot combine those. They are not like terms. One has a w and one does not. Third problem, again, distributive property. So we're taking the thing outside the parentheses and multiplying it by everything inside of the parentheses. So when we do that, 6a times 2b is going to be 12ab. Then we have 6a times 3c is going to be positive or plus 18ac. And that problem is simplified because we cannot combine any like terms. The final problem for this video is going to have some distributive property. Obviously, we have some parentheses. And we're going to have to combine like terms at the end. So this problem kind of wraps these two concepts together. So I'm going to take the negative 9 and distribute to everything inside those parentheses. When I do that, I get negative 9x minus 18. Or you could also write negative 9x plus negative 18, if that makes it easier for you. Either way, plus a negative 18 or minus 18 is the same thing. Now, we have plus, and then we have a second set of parentheses. So we're going to take this 4 and distribute that to the stuff inside of the parentheses. I can't take this negative 9 over here at the start and multiply that by stuff in the second set of parentheses. That's not how it works. We have the 4 right in front of this set of parentheses, so we're going to distribute that 4 to that stuff. So 4 times x is 4x. Then we have 4 times negative 6. Again, you can either write minus 24 or plus negative 24. It's the same thing. So here, now we need to look at what we have. Hopefully we are not going to leave it like this because it's not fully simplified. We do have like terms. In a previous video I talked about combining like terms. In this example, my like terms are negative 9x and plus 4x. They both have an x, so they're like terms. Negative 9 plus 4 is going to give us negative 5x. And then we have this plus negative 18 and this minus 24, or if you wrote down plus negative 24, doesn't make a difference. So we have negative 18 minus 24. So whenever we have a negative number and we're subtracting, that number is going to get more negative. So negative 18 minus 24 should be negative 42. So my final answer should be either negative 5x minus 42 or negative 5x plus negative 42, whichever way you would like to think about it.